how are we going to continue reaching that market and growing it? Because now's the time to grow the market, to be honest with you.
That's right.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday. This is the time to grow the market.
That's right. Well, so you look at today's assets, so you look at stocks have gone down, right? You look at property values going down, right? Commercial real estate going down. A lot of properties are going down. Here's the number one asset class that it's going up: digital assets, subscribers, audience members, right? So again, digital marketing, when it first began, was just this process of selling stuff online, right? And it worked, and people, a lot of transactions, they were buying tchotchkes and trinkets and all kinds of stuff. But as, like you said, as we started to live more and more online, we started to consume our decisions, our behaviors, everything. We started to live online. So for companies like ours that produce, that first of all, long-lasting companies. You're not talking about we're not selling little watches, shipment from China, Amazon, and we made money on a transaction, right? That's not our use for digital marketing. Our use for digital marketing is growing our audience base, because as we grow our audience base, that's our subscriber base. That's your audience. More importantly, feeding them the right content. So again, content is king, and content is a commodity today, because writing good articles to your audience base, speaking to them in videos, right? Communicating what challenges and what problems we're solving, and how we can solve it for them. Within all the multiple of suite of companies that we have, whether they're our clients, our own businesses, it's just the communication era today is completely different. And from a content standpoint, you can't just throw garbage out there. Yeah. It's got to be quality, value-driven content. Because if not, I'm not going to be part of your audience. What do I need another person saying jokes online, right? Yeah. Or just saying things, right, to try to sell me a product. Right. So from an investment standpoint, and where are we reinvesting our money? It's like you said, content. We're driving more content, communicating better to our subscribers, communicating more things, sharing more things of value with them that are making them more successful, whether they do business with us or not. It doesn't matter. Right. And those are where the digital assets are today.
So even though it's not business as usual because of the chaos, there's still plenty of work to be done, and there's still plenty of things that you can do to continue growing your business and scaling your business. At the same time, you're doing things that are important for when this situation is done, decreases, and everything goes back to normal. You're not caught, with catching up now.
That's right.
You're still building. Whether you can provide a service or you can't provide the service in this situation where somebody's going to buy or not buy or use your company or not use it, you still have to continue creating content so that when this is over, you hit the ground running and you've built a lot of assets, a lot of content and assets. Which is what we're going to do with our customers and what we have to continue doing for ourselves.
If your brand isn't online in the home where our audience, where all audience members live, because we all live online. If your brand isn't there yet, it's a little late. It's not. It's not impossible. Look at the magazine, right? 3 years ago, started the process of the online. Now the online isn't just content, and now I have it.
No, it's not just a website.
It's not just a website. Yeah. You also have to be able to have the back-end processes to be able to deliver the service and deliver this,
and the data. Because to have a website and not know who's visiting or just know how many visitors you're getting is not enough. That's not enough. Oh, the website's doing great. We're getting 10,000 hits a week. It's just, and what do you do with that? How do you convert that into money? How do you turn that into sales? There has to be a whole process of landing pages, follow-up emails, content continued, nurturing that client all the way through.
through a beautiful customer journey, right? And again, that doesn't happen overnight. So when you talk about reinvesting resources, time, energy, and money. Those are the three most valuable resources we have, right? And money is one of them, but it's not the most valuable one. Right? The energy and the time. So, you're 100% right. Business is not as usual for the whole world, right? But the fundamentals of business haven't changed.
Right.
And when the economy opens up again, when whatever happens again, there's going to be winners and losers. We're placing our bets, right? That for the last, for us it's been over 10 years, the 12 years on the digital marketing end, but to be able to continue investing in that content, the quality content, and changing your systems and fine-tuning your systems and fine-tuning your data on how we reach our customers and how we've been reaching our customers, it doesn't stop. And that, preparation is key, like you said. So that preparation, so when we do come out of the other side, right? You'll still have you'll actually now have the business more online, right? Which is what the demand today is. Supply and demand is the demand today, and the supply is either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
So I believe there's going to be way more losers, but the winners, I believe, are going to grab way more of the market share.
It's really a shame because there's a lot of small companies too as well who may not be able to afford, hiring a digital marketing company to do this, and they do it themselves. They fiddle around with Facebook and LinkedIn, and they do some things, and it's good that they're doing it. Whether you're a small restaurant or a small bike shop. And it's good that they do that, and they may not have the budget to hire an outside agency and do it right, but there's still information that they can get. In other words, we've talked about it can't be a part-time thing that you do because nowadays, like you say, business is run online, and you can be a retail, and that can be your strength, but during tough times like this, it's going to be hard for you to survive, and you need to figure out. Bring someone in that's an expert in the field, or someone that knows what they're doing, or even take a small chunk of a company and say, let me use some of your expertise to do this. I may not be able to come in as a huge client. And there's digital marketing companies out there that are smaller and can help the small businesses, because to me it's a shame, because of all this chaos, these small businesses that are going to go under. Moral Start and other, people are going to hurt. People are going to hurt, and that's horrible. And again, the world continues, and everything has its ups and downs, and hopefully it's a quick one, but and everything will bounce back. But we're all consumers of these small businesses as well.
100%.
And restaurants and bars and cigar shops and all these kind of things that we go to. But if they're shut down for a month or two, how do they bounce back from that? They got to pay rent. They got to do this. Government's going to help a little bit. Hopefully, that's going to be enough. Employees need they need money to survive. They got to pay rent. They got to pay food. They got to pay school. They got to pay everything. So it's going to be interesting. But I think digital marketing now is going to even take more of a forefront, even though it's been there, but I think more people are going to realize now. Just like people are realizing how much they appreciate their teachers now. Teachers are being appreciated even more so. Just having to teach your kids for a couple of days. Yeah.
That happened to me the last 2 days. With Daniel.
Yeah.
He's in high school, and I'm pulling my hairs off yesterday morning because I had to get to the. We had our morning roundup meeting. And we were going to go over our clients, and I'm like, but I had my roundup with him on how he had to structure his schedule, right, and his regimen with all of his assignments, his online learning, community-based learning online, which is. But let me tell you something. Like us, like the students, like everybody, they had a choice because he had to go to school.
Yeah.
So he was doing the digital thing part-time, even though the school system had it already built for a long time and perfected.
Yeah.
But now they pull the plug, right? Now like the Band-Aids pull, so they have no choice. So now he was immersed. Now let me tell you, in a few hours, he was, all the students are online. Like the school is back to normal, right? Just doing an online learning, and they're not going back to school for the rest of this year, pretty much. So for businesses, it's the same thing, right? It's like sink or swim, right? It's like what's the quickest way to acclimate yourself to cold water? You just got to jump in, dive in. You
can't do it slow.
You can't do it slow. The small business owner who guess what? Just jump in, dive in. You may not have the budget, but dive in there, figure it out, buy books, learn from other people, learn from our conversations, from our coffee break, our cigar break, our coffee breaks. Everything that we go, our Cuban coffee effect, everything that we put out there. You might get one little snippet that did it for you, and that's what catapulted and got you to the next level. And so immersion in this digital world today, it's no longer I have to get into the digital world because that's where it's going. No, it's here. It's all here now. So now, if you were doing it part-time before and you were getting minimal results, now that everything is off, is the time to immerse yourself in it.